Welcome back to O3 School tutorial video. You're welcome back. This section of physics will be talking about volume expansion. Okay. All right. Remember, this video is brought to you by courtesy of O3 School JAMB app. So if you have not installed the app in your phone as a student preparing for the forthcoming exam, please do well to install and activate the app. Okay, so let's start. We have what we call volume expansion. Now, liquid in a bottle also. Now, for volume expansion, we know that volume expansivity, as we discussed in the previous video, is the increase in length per unit length for every degree rise in temperature. But what happened here is that the cubic expansivity of both the liquid and the container is put into consideration in calculations or in analysis. All right. So what do we mean by density bottle? Density bottle. So density bottle is a small glass container with a fixed volume. So here the fixed volume is put into consideration. Okay. So the fixed volume used to determine the density or expansion of liquid. When temperature changes, the liquid and the glass both expand, and this must be considered in analysis. All right. So that means there's what we call, normally we know that the volume expansivity is change in volume over original volume, theta 2 minus theta 1. All right. So now we are saying that there's a fixed volume. So if there's a fixed volume, that means the fixed volume is considered in what? In the analysis. So therefore, the real cubic expansivity is equals to the apparent expansivity, then plus what? Plus the cubic expansivity of the container, which is what? Which is fixed. And we know the cubic expansivity of the container is 3 what? Is 3 alpha. Because that will be the relationship. So if the container is made up of aluminum or is made up of copper, the linear expansivity of that material will be given. All right. Okay, so we know that. Let's take some parameters. So let's come again. The density bottle is a small glass container with a fixed volume used to determine the density or expansion of liquid. So when temperature changes, the liquid and the glass both expand. So we are more interested in the expansion of the liquid and the what? And the container. All right. So that will take us to what we call the, right? Let's state our parameters for clarification. All right. So we have this. This is the real cubic expansivity. Then we have the APP. This is the apparent expansion or expansivity. Then you have this vessel or the container. So that is the container. The container what? Expansivity. All right. So we also know that V1 is the initial volume. Then V2 is the final volume after the expansion. Then theta 2 is the final temperature. Theta 1 is the initial temperature. All right. So also know that the expansivity of the container is 3 what? Is 3 alpha. All right. Now the re-expansion is the actual increase in volume of a liquid when heated. The re-expansion. So this re-cubic expansivity is the re-expansion, is the actual increase in volume of a liquid when heated. Now, when you talk about the apparent expansion, all right, the apparent expansion is what you observed, during that expansion, what you observe during the expansion. All right. Then we have what we call, now the apparent expansion is re-expansion minus the container expansion. If I need to get the apparent from here, apparent is just a kind of change of formula. So it's re minus expansivity of the container. So now we are more interested on the apparent expansion. So for apparent expansion, during expansion of gases or liquid, we know that there are some mass of that liquid that will escape to the surrounding. So let's see. All right. So for apparent cubic expansivity is equals to the mass expelled or mass given off to the surrounding, mass expelled over the mass remains. The mass remains times change in temperature. All right. So we can get the apparent cubic expansivity by using this formula. The mass expelled over mass remain times change in temperature. Now, what causes that mass expel as a result of changing what? In temperature, by heating the container. So when you heat the container, the density bottle, the fluid inside and the container both undergoes what? Expansion. So in recap, the re-expansion is what? The actual increase in volume of fluid when heated, while the apparent expansion observed gives us the apparent expansivity. All right. So then, during the heating of the fluid and the container, we need to understand that the container also undergoes what? Expansion. All right. The material is either made up of, if it's made up of glass or metals, they equally undergoes what? Expansion. So that is why you have your Y subscript what? Subscript C, Y subscript R. This Y subscript R is the actual increase in volume of the liquid when heated. All right. So most questions I will be giving, you have mass, a particular mass will be given to you. A particular value of mass will be expelled. So from there, you can get the mass that is left. All right. Most textbooks, they use what we call the mass remain or mass left. So don't be confused. Don't be confused. All right. Let's see some problems to clarify what we have been saying so far. 1996. I think this is WAEC 1C. So WAEC 1996. Let's see. So from 1996, question says a density glass bottle contain. So we have WAEC 1996, question 1C. All right. It said a density glass bottle contain 44.25 grams. So density glass bottle as a mass contain 44.25 grams. All right, at 0 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now, And 42, so the mass again, the mass was now 42.02, all right, at 50 degrees Celsius. So what do you observe? At 0 degrees Celsius, it was 44.25. Now at 50 degrees Celsius, it was 42.02. That means some masses has expelled, some masses has what? Has escaped. Maybe as a result of what? Diffusion. Now what causes that diffusion is as a result of rate of change in temperature. All right? Rate of change of temperature. Because from 0 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius, there is a temperature rise which lead to what? Mass expel. All right? So note that. Now, gamma R is the real cubic expansivity. All right? So we don't know. Now, we also have linear expansion of the glass. So the glass undergoes a linear expansivity. All right? So the linear expansivity of the container, now since the container is made up of glass, so we call it gamma C. All right? Gamma subscript C, and that is 1.0 times 10 raised to power minus 5 Kelvin inverse. Kelvin what? Inverse. Okay. Now, if we check, we can name this to be, we can say that M1 is 44.25 grams. All right? So M2 is what? 42.02 grams. Now, we need mass expel. All right? Mass what? Expel. Now, how do we get mass expel? The mass expel is equals to M1 minus what? Minus M2. Mass expel is what? M1 minus what? Minus M2. So if we do that, we have about 44.25 minus 42.02. So that we can get the mass. The mass that what? That expel. All right? 42. So that is about 2.23 what? Grams. So this is the mass that was what? That was expelled. So if that is the mass that was expelled, all right? So we also need to know the mass left. Mass left. So what happened? The density glass bottle contained 44.25 at 0 degrees Celsius. Now the mass decreased to 42.02 at 50 degrees Celsius. So automatically the mass remaining, or the mass left, I told you the mass left is the same thing as mass remain. Okay? The mass remain is 42.02 grams at 50 degrees what? Celsius. So that means 2.23 have escaped to the surrounding as a result of diffusion. So what makes the diffusion to move very fast is because of what? Temperature. All right? So temperature is one factor that affects what? Diffusion. So we have 42.02 grams. Now we can now look for what? Our apparent cubic expansivity. So apparent cubic expansivity is equals to the mass expelled over the mass left times change in what? Change in theta. All right? Now, what's the change in theta? From 0 to 50 degrees. All right? So the mass expelled is 2.23. The mass left is 42.02. Then change in theta, that's 50 minus 0. So we have 50. Okay? So if we do that, that's about 2.23. So let's check this out. 42.02 times 50. We have 42.02 times 50. So that's about 2101. 2101. Okay? So if we divide 2.23 divide by 2101, so that's about 0.00106. All right? Kelvin inverse. All right? So Kelvin what? Kelvin inverse. Now, this is the apparent what? This is what you observe. All right? As a result of the expansion in what? The expansion of the fluid and the container. So this is the apparent. Apparent means it's not the real volume. It's what you observe. So it's about 0.0016. Okay? So now we need, the next thing is to get the container what? Volume. So for us to do that, now, the volume of the container is not given, but the linear expansivity of that material, which is glass, is given. So there's a relationship. I stated it in the previous video. There's a relationship between what? The volume of the container is 3 times the linear expansivity. All right? So we have gamma subscript C is 3 times. I think the value that was given is 1.0 times 10 raised per minus 5. So gamma becomes 3 times 10 raised per minus 5. Kelvin what? Inverse. So the question says calculate the real cubic expansivity of that liquid. So we have the gamma real is equals to the gamma apparent plus the gamma of the what? Of the vessel, of the container. So the real now, the real is equals to, what is the apparent? Apparent is 0.00106, then plus that of the container is 3 times 10 raised per minus 5. So gamma real becomes, so if we add, that's about 1.09, 1.09 times 10 raised to power. This is 1, 2, 3, all right? Here is 5. So that will give us raised to power minus 3 Kelvin inverse. All right? This is the correct answer on thermal expansion. All right? WAEC 1996, question 1C. So take note of this. All right? Thank you.